constructor and destructor. Okay. Now, question is this: why we need constructor? So remember, if programmer is there, then he can directly go to coding and he can initialize like this. So int x equal to 100. If the programmer, if the end user doesn't have any idea on programming language, then it's very difficult, right? He cannot initialize his own value. To initialize a value, you are going to make use of constructor. So what is a constructor? It is used for initialization of variables in the class. Okay, it is used for initialization of variables in the class. Now, some properties are there you need to remember. 6 properties. First one, constructor will have same name as class name. Constructor will have same name as class name. Constructor doesn't contain any return type. No return type at all. Nothing but no integer, no float, no string, nothing. Just simply a member name. Nothing but class name. Okay, with parentheses. Third, access specifier is optional. Nothing but if you declare it, it will take exactly specific. If it didn't declare, by default it will take private. Fourth, you can create any number of constructor in a class. There is no restriction. Okay, you can create a number of constructors. Constructor may or may not have parameters. May or may not have parameters. Nothing but that depends upon your requirement. If requirement is there, need to pass parameters means you can pass or else you can leave. Last, which is very important one. Constructor will execute automatically whenever you create object of a class. Whenever you create object of a class. Very, very important point. Okay. Shall I repeat once again?
Yeah.
Remember, constructor will have same name as class name. Whatever class name is there, it will contain same name but parentheses. Constructor doesn't contain any return type. Nothing but no return type at all. No value type values before constructor. Access specifier is optional. You can declare it or else leave it. It's your choice. If you leave it, by default it will take private.
Yeah.
You can create any number of constructor in a class. There is no restriction at all. Constructor may or may not have parameters. That depends upon your scenario and requirement. Constructor will execute automatically whenever you create object of a class. Okay. Now, types of constructor. 4 types. First one is system default constructor. Second, user defined constructor. Third, parameterized constructor. Fourth, copy constructor. Okay, these are the 4 constructors. Now let's see individual one by one. First theoretical part, then we'll go for practical. First, system default. What is a system default? See, here, whenever you declare any variable in a class, by default, system will assign, so system will assign system will initialize its own value. Is clear? For example, if I declare int x in a class, then x is assigned with by default 0. So if you declare float f is assigned with 0.
0.
If you declare any string, s is assigned with empty, it won't show anything, nothing but null.
Mm-hmm.
So if you assign with boolean, by default it is false.
False.
Okay, these are system default. Even simply if you declare a variable also, system will going to assign the values. Okay. Second, user defined constructor. What is user defined? Here, end user will initialize the values for variables. So how you are going to initialize? For example, int x equal to 100, float f is equal to 25.20 f, string s is equal to v9, etc. Nothing but you are going to initialize your own value for variables. Okay. Third and fourth, just understand the definition. When I take practical, you will understand.
Mm-hmm.
Third, parameterized constructor. So what is parameterized constructor? Here, end user will pass values to a parameterized constructor. Okay, nothing but if you want to initialize some values from main method, you are going to pass values to a parameterized constructor. Okay, about to directly you are initializing. Remember, one is system default, second one is user defined. Directly you are going to change in the initialization sector. But here what happens? So you are going to pass from main method.
Mm-hmm.
Both. Copy constructor. So what is copy constructor means? Copying of elements of one object to another object by passing object as a parameter. Okay, you'll understand this concept only in practical, not with theoretical. So understand, copying of from one object to another object, elements of object to object by passing object as a parameter. Okay, is it clear now? Theoretical at least first and second.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, fine.
Okay, now let's see it practical. So this is Visual Studio 2010 Professional. So go to File, New, Project. So starting I'll show, and afterwards when I take regular, when you realize each and everything there, how to execute everything, then I'll do little bit fast. Okay. So left side you are going to select the language. At the top you are having different versions. You can select whichever framework you want. You can select. What you are seeing in the middle, those are all called templates, predefined templates. You are going to make this for your own purpose, developing different types of applications. On the right side, you can search the templates. Between these templates, depending upon the left side selection languages. Okay, so I am selecting Windows console application for testing purpose. So I'm going to store in your folder. Creating one new folder within your folder. So folder name is NCR. Okay. Select the folder. So name even should it starts with NCR C#. Okay. That is a project name. First one is project name is NCR underscore C#. Why means this project name will going to appear on the default direct selection of application. Okay. I'll show you where. Save this one. Sorry. Click OK. So it will open a Visual Studio Windows console application by default, including 3 files: property file, reference file, and program file. Remember what is solution is. So whenever you are going to click on solution, by default it is going to open Visual Studio and restore all related files of that particular application. That is solution. What is NCR underscore C# is project name. So I told you project consists of n number of classes. By default it contains program.cs. Okay, you can make use of this one or else you can take new one. It's your choice. Okay, so this is used for property and references of classes. Second, now remember, so whatever the using system.collection, these are all called namespace. These are all called namespace. What is a
Namespace.
namespace? It is a logical name given to class library. It is a logical name given to class library. Now this is user defined namespace. Why user defined namespace? So by default, whenever you are going to take a new project, it will create its own namespace. This is class. This is main method. It's clear now? Parts first.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, one.
Okay. Now take a new class. Generally, take new class always. So take a new class. Right click on project, add class. First one is system default. Okay. Now I'll declare some variable int x, float f, string s, boolean b. Now take a constructor. Constructor will have same name as class name. System
Class.
default parents is printed. Console.writeLine. Now remember, console.writeLine used for printing whatever you are going to place in the double quote symbol, it will going to print as it is. Now what is a plus symbol means? Concatenate, nothing but appends. ఉండేదానికి యాడ్ చేస్తుంది అన్నమాట. So whatever the value is there x, that will going to append. Okay. Copy, paste for 3 more times, then change the values. The second one is F, third one is S, fourth one is B.
B.
So here also you need to change F, S, B. Then when constructor will going to execute? When constructor will going to execute. Sixth point, that is I told very important point. I written with IMP. Remember?
Will execute create object of class.
When you create a object, reverse, when you create a object of a class, automatically constructor will going to execute. Where you are going to create a object of a class? In main method.
Main method.
Static void main. Create a object of a class. What is our class name? System default.
System default.
Yes is equal to new system default. That's it. Console.read. Why I need to write a statement to console.read is I'll tell you later. So now remember, when you create object of this class, automatically this will go into execute. No need to call at all. Okay, that's a future of constructor. Okay, now save this one. How to execute them? Remember, program.cs also contain one main method. Even system default also contain one main method. So compiler will be in confusion which one it need to execute. To make clear, go to solution, right click on the project, property. Right click on the project, property. You'll see option called startup object. Can you see a startup object? So wherever you are going to declare a main method, that the class will going to appear here. Then you need to select system default. Then execute. This is a running mode. Execute. See, 0 empty false. Clear now?
0
System default.
Yeah.
Now remember, I told you console.read. Can you see here?
Yeah.
Console.read. Okay. Why I return console.read means, can you see there is a cursor still blinking, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
What is the indication? Something you need to enter, then only it will go off. I'll press any key on the keyboard. Now it's gone. Now I'll remove this one. Make a comment. Save this one. Run again. You'll just flash the result. You cannot see the result. See, it is flashed. It's gone. See here. To see the result, or the resulting window should be on standby mode, then you need to make use of always console.read at the main method. Is the last statement. అంటే console.read అనే స్టేట్మెంట్ కంపల్సరీగా మెయిన్ మెథడ్ లో లాస్ట్ లో రాయాల్సిందే, లేకుంటే మీకు రిజల్ట్ కనబడదు. Clear?
Yeah.
Now run this one, you can see the result. See that? Clear now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This is first one. Now what is user defined? Right click, add class. The procedure follow అవుతూనే ఉంటుంది till end of C#. Now second one is user defined.
User defined.
User defined లో ఏమవుతుంది? మీరే ఇస్తారు అక్కడ x equal to 100, float f is equal to
What is equal to
20.25,
20.25.
s is equal to v9, boolean, b is equal to true.
True.
Okay.
True.
సో అగైన్ యూజర్ డిఫైన్డ్ కన్స్ట్రక్టర్ తీసుకోండి, సో దాంట్లో ప్రింట్ చేయండి.
Console right line. The value of x is 6. Yes, we.
దెన్ రైట్ ఏ మెయిన్ మెథడ్.
Main method.
ఎం క్యాపిటల్ ఉండాలి, లేకుంటే ఎర్రర్ చూపిస్తుంది. రిమెంబర్ ఎం షుడ్ బి క్యాపిటల్, ఎల్స్ ఇట్ విల్ త్రో ఎర్రర్. యూ కెనాట్ సీ ద క్లాస్ దేర్ స్టార్ట్అప్ ఆబ్జెక్ట్. ఓకే, create a object of a class user defined u is equal to new user defined. That's it. Console dot. Is it clear now? Second one.
Yeah.
Now,
Console dot read. Mm-hmm.
yeah, go to, no need to go again and again. Right click on properties. Just you can see a star symbol is there. That is a startup object. So select here user defined. Can you see here user defined? Run.
Mm-hmm.
See? It's clear now?
Yeah, Badri, I didn't understand that properties you are changing every time.
I'm not changing. Only once you have to do understand. See, why you need to change is, ఇప్పుడు ఒకే నేమ్ 4-5 మెంబర్స్ ఉంటే ఎలా ఐడెంటిఫై అవుతారండి? ఇప్పుడు మంజునాథ్ అనే నేమ్ 4-5 స్టూడెంట్స్ ఉన్నారు ఒక క్లాస్ లో, ఎలా ఐడెంటిఫై చేస్తారు మీరు? మీకు కావాల్సిన వాళ్ళని
సర్నేమ్ లేకుంటే రూల్ నెంబర్ లైక్ దట్.
కంపైలర్ కి ఆ ఆప్షన్ లేదు. మీరేం చేయాలా? మీరే మాన్యువల్ గా ఇవ్వాలా ఏ క్లాస్, ఏ మెథడ్, సారీ ఏ ప్రోగ్రామ్ ని మీరు ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ చేయాలా అనేది. నా విల్ గివ్ వన్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్. సియర్ program contain main method, system default contain main method, okay, user defined contain main method. మూడు మెయిన్ మెథడ్ ఉన్నాయి, అవునా?
ఓకే, యా.
ఇప్పుడు కంపైలర్ కి ఎలా తెలుస్తుంది నాది కావాల్సింది ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ అవ్వాలనేది ప్రోగ్రామ్?
ఓకే,
అందుకని మీరు ఏం చేయాలంటే ప్రాజెక్ట్ కి వెళ్ళి రైట్ క్లిక్ ప్రాపర్టీ, లేకుంటే ఆల్ట్ ఎంటర్, షార్ట్ కట్ ఉంది, ఆల్ట్ ఎంటర్.
ఓకే,
ఒకసారి క్లిక్ చేస్తే చాలు ఈ స్టార్ సింబల్ వచ్చేస్తుంది మీకు. అప్పుడు మీరు సెలెక్ట్ చేసుకోవాలి ఇక్కడ యూజర్ డిఫైన్డ్. ఈ స్టార్ సింబల్ వచ్చేస్తుంది. స్టార్ సింబల్ అయితే స్టార్ట్అప్ ఆబ్జెక్ట్ సెలెక్ట్ చేసుకునే విండో అన్నమాట. అది కనిపిస్తుంది ఇక్కడ చిన్నది స్టార్, అది. దెన్ ఎగ్జిక్యూట్.
ఓకే, మల్టిపుల్ ప్రోగ్రామ్స్ ఉన్నప్పుడు which program we would like to execute, we can
that you have to specify as a startup object.
Okay. Also, one more thing, Badri, I'm getting a little bit of confusion. Why we are using this constructor?
To initialize the values. That's what I definition properties. అర్థం అవలేదా కన్స్ట్రక్టర్? చంద్ర,
Here already we given that one int x is equal 100. So we already given that to the programmer to the.
Chandu, if you are a programmer, you are giving second one.
Okay.
If a end user doesn't know programming, then who is going to go to coding and edit his own value?
Yeah.
It's not possible, right?
Exactly.
Then make use of this one, parameterized constructor. See, okay. This is system. System is going to assign first one. Second one is programmer will going to assign depending upon his requirement. Third one is who don't have idea, they can make use of third one.
Okay, end user can use this one mostly.
Exactly. See here now. I'll give example. You'll understand. Okay. It will ask also for the end. Right click, okay. Add class. The third one is parameterized. take parameterized constructor. Regular use చేసేదంటే ఇదే parameterized constructor int x comma int y. This is parameters what you are passing. Console.writeLine, the addition of two numbers is x plus y. Okay. Now write a main method, static void main. So how you are going to pass the values here? Parameterized constructor e equal to new parameterized constructor. When you open a parenthesis, can you see what it is asking there?
Okay.
X and y value. Pass the x and y value.
Yeah.
Solve that? Okay. Save this one. Same procedure, right click, go to property, parameterized constructor, x. It's clear now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Add.
Now question is just what is copy constructor? Now take a class.
Add class.
And one more point you need to remember, how many constructors are there no in a class? So many objects you need to create. You will get to know in overloaded constructor. I'll explain in polymorphism. Okay. So add class. Second, copy constructor. So copy constructor definition indicates you need to have a two object, right? Will you accept first? Right?
Duplicate and
Now
duplicate one.
take two global variables first. Okay. Int x comma int x comma y, two global variables. I'm taking one first copy constructor int a int b. This is parameterized constructor. Okay. Yes or no? That is a parameterized constructor. Assign local variable to global variable. X equal to a, y equal to b. Nothing but నేను ఏం పాస్ చేస్తానో ఈ కన్స్ట్రక్టర్ కి అవి ఇక్కడ అసైన్ అవుతాయి వాల్యూస్. Now add it. Console.writeLine, the addition of two numbers is using para x plus y. ఇది ఒకటి ఫస్ట్ parameterized constructor using addition of two numbers. Now copy constructor. Copy constructor within bracket take one variable of type copy constructor c. Now x equal to c dot x, y equal to c dot y. Can I write or not? Is it valid or not? First tell me. So what is this meaning first? Creating a object, nothing but a child. It's a child of this class. Child of this class means you can access members of this class, right? Yes or no?
Yes.
See, if you create an object of this class means it indicates it's a representative of this member, these members.
These numbers.
If you create a child of that class means it indicates you can access these members.
Parents here.
How you are going to access? Object name dot member name. Syntax remembered in the class and object I gave.
Yeah.
Right? Object name dot member name. This is the object. Member name is here x. So I'm using. You'll get to know why I use them. Now console.writeLine, the addition of two numbers is using copy. This is copy x plus y. Okay. Now write the main method. Static void main. First, create an object of a class. Copy constructor c1 is equal to new copy constructor. I'm passing 10, 20. See, you can see even that also. How many overloaded methods are there? One is it is showing copy const c. If you press down arrow, it is showing int a comma int b. That is parameter. Right? First, pass the parameterized constructor for assigning the values 10, 20. Now, here comes copy constructor definition. Copy constructor c2 is equal to new copy constructor passing c1 as an object. Now remember, what are the values c1 contains? What c1 object consists of? 10, 20. So what I am passing here?
10, 20.
For c2. Indirectly you are passing 10 and 20 through object.
10, 22.
Here is the definition. Copying of elements of one object, that is C1, to another object C2 by
C2.
passing object as C1. Object as parameter, that is C1. Clear now? Definition, that is total definition comes in under only one single line in the main method.
Okay.
Copying of C1 elements to C2 by passing C1 as an object. That is the definition of copy constructor. Now you'll get the same result for both the outputs. Here, right click, go to property, select copy constructor, execute. You'll see para 30, copy 30. Can you see there?
Mm-hmm.
Is it clear now? So what is a copy constructor? So making use of the already existing elements indirectly in second object. Is it clear now?
Yeah. Badri,
The
is a small.
difference between the
Any questions?
Yeah, Badri.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, actually, I'm a bit confusing about the difference between console.write line and write.
Console.writeLine and write. And I didn't use here any write here, write line. You are
The
asking
previous
other question
program-
other than this. It's not related to this, right?
Yeah. No,
Okay.
the previous one you written that one console.write only. Here you written
Yeah.
that one console.write line.
There, I didn't use any write there. The reason is only one
Yeah,
thing.
you-
If I use write, the answer will go. The result will going to append. See here, I'll write. So I'll remove this one. I'll remove this one. Okay. See the difference. Can you identify what is the result exactly? Where it is stopped? It's difficult, right? You can identify, but it is difficult. Now what I will do is, I'll write for this one last L line. Nothing but one I used with the right, one I used with the right line.
Yeah.
See the difference. What happened? Where cursor is there?
The bottom of the line.
bottom.
Before where it is? You forgot, I think. It's,
First line, I think.
It's actually
that, I
listed
think, the
3-0.
first
On the same line. Now
Yeah.
I'll do right line for this. Now see the difference.
Yeah, okay.
See? Coming next line, to identify, it will get clear. See, if you use
Okay.
right, what happens?
The line.
Everything will append in a single line. It won't move to next line. Is it clear?
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
It's very difficult to identify the result. That's it. If you make use of right line, what happens? It will come down one line. It will leave one line. On that particular current line, it will print result on the next line.
Okay.
Clear?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, clear.
Okay. So this is regarding constructor. Any questions from anyone on constructor first?
So main difference between the parameter constructor and the copy constructor is that copy constructor is using parent-child method. That's only, right?
Parent-child method. Sorry, parent?
You said that in copy constructor it is using parent-child method, right?
I didn't get you. Parent? Sorry, repeat once.
So in copy constructor you said like it assigning values to different, like you said that like similar to parent and child method.
Badri, actually he's saying that one, it is just like an inheritance situation, the parent and child.
Like it is inherited from
Yeah, from parent to child.
Child, like-
So he,
I'll
The
tell you one
copy
thing. See, still not yet completed. Just I didn't give explanation here. Just 1 minute there. One point I missed here. See, so which constructor it will going to execute after saying right side part, which I highlighted with blue color? Which constructor it will going to execute?
copy
a
constructor.
Copy
main
constructor.
constructor,
No,
copy constructor,
no.
int AB, the first one.
10, 20, yeah.
Parameterized
Parameter
constructor. This is
constructor.
copy constructor. Don't be confused. See the syntax and analyze. Two values are there, copy constructor is there. Copy constructor is there, two values is there. That is parameterized constructor it will going to execute first time. Okay. So when you assign first time, it indicates that X is assigned to A value is assigned to sorry. A is assigned 10 is assigned to A, 20 is assigned to B. Internally it will going to assign to global variable. That's it. That's work is complete. Now come to second statement. When you pass C1, indirectly you are passing 10 and 20. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Yes.
Now identify right side of the part. Copy constructor C1 is there. Which will going to match? First or second?
Second.
Second. Now understand C is equal to C1 is equal to 10, 20. Yes or no?
C is equal to C1 is equal to 10, 20.
Yes or no?
Yeah, it's fine. Yes, yeah.
Right? Now understand this is X value. This is Y value. Right?
Mm-hmm.
How you are going to access C dot X refers to 10. C dot Y refers to 20.
20.
Why? Identifier. C dot X. Nothing but 10. C dot Y refers to 20.
20. Mm-hmm.
So it will going to assign to X and Y. That is global variable. It will going to print. Clear now?
Yeah, okay.
Regarding parent and child. So that will come under inheritance. You are seeing your assumption that comes only when you are seeing the output. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Because both are displaying 30 only. It's not parent and child. Understand?
Mm-hmm.
It is a concept. It is copying of element from one object to another object, not inheritance. But remember what happens? It is copying from base class you are saying, right? There is no base, there is no derived here. Okay. So
Yeah.
whatever the values you are passing for an object, indirectly you are passing to another object.
Another object.
Clear now?
Yeah, it's clear.
Yeah.
Now destructor. So what is a destructor? It is used for destroying constructor. Okay, it is used for destroying the constructor. Now remember there are three scenarios occurs here. First one is manual destructor. Second one is GC. Hope you remember. What is GC?
Garbage collector.
Garbage collector.
Yes. Garbage collector. This is default. Remember. I cannot give example for this one. I'll give explanation for that.
Mm-hmm.
Third, making use of gc.collect method. Okay, these are the three scenarios. First one, manual destructor. How you are going to make use of manual destructor? Remember, here you need to make use of tilde operator. What is it? Tilde operator. This symbol that will be above the tab. Tab key is there, no? Above that, that is a tilde operator. Okay, with constructor name to destroy the destructor. Is it clear? I'll give you an example, you'll understand. Second, what is a garbage collector is? This is default one. No need to worry regarding destructor, first point. Okay, you should not implement manually or gc.collect even at any case because everything is taken care by GC. That is second option. Remember, GC consists of finalizer method, right? Hope you remember. Okay, finalizer method. What finalizer method again consists of? Idle object, right? Unused object,
Used object.
or operations completed.
Things will be removed from memory. Yeah.
Those objects are collected in finalizer method. Then what happens next? Whenever program execution completes or insufficient of memory occurs, then GC come into action, okay, deletes all the objects which are present in finalizer method.
Okay.
Clear now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you no need to worry at all regarding destroying any constructor or object. See, everything is taken care by GC. That is second option.
Mhm.
Why I am explaining first and third with example means only to understand the concept. Even situation comes, you have option to destroy manually. Clear? You should not use. Okay, remember that is strictly. Now, gc.collect. So what is gc.collect is you are sending object forcibly into finalizer method, then calling this method gc. Okay, see here. How you are going to send the object to finalizer method? See here. Where if you assign null to an object, then it will send that object to finalizer method. Then call gc.collect method. Clear now?
Mhm.
OBJ is equal to if you assign null, what happens? Right? Then call. That's it. Clear? It will going to destroy. Nothing but manually if you are manually you are sending object to finalizer method and calling GC to come and delete that object. Clear now?
Yeah.
Okay. Now I'll give example for first and third, not for second. I cannot give example for second also. Okay. Now, so take new project. So I'm taking new, and you can add n number of projects, right? New set of example. Okay. Add. Remember, now you got two projects in a single application. Then whichever you want to run, wherever you are defining the class, that project you need to make a startup project. Right click on destructor example, set as startup project. Can you
Startup
see that?
project. Yeah.
Select. It will become bold. Nothing but that is a startup project.
Mhm.
Now right click, add class. Same procedure, nothing changed. It will repeat.
Okay.
Now first one is manual.
Manual destructor.
Yeah. First create a constructor, manual. Write one statement there, console.writeLine, constructor is created. Okay?
Mhm.
Okay.
Constructor is created.
Created.
Now, how to make use of destructor? Tilde operator,
Till down.
manual. Okay, I told you, tilde operator with constructor name. This is a constructor name, tilde operator.
Mhm.
Now, write a statement, console.writeLine, constructor is destroyed. Okay? Now, write the main method, static void main, create a object of a class, manual, m is equal to new. So automatically constructor is going to execute. Remember, when you create an object of a class, then console dot save this one. Now make a startup object. Go to solution, right click on the destructor example, go to property, select manual. Nitesh, I'm getting some background noise from you. Are you busy? Some table
No,
noise or something moving?
no, nothing.
Yeah. Okay, so select manual in the startup object. Now go to debug, execute without debugging, because in startup debugging you cannot see the output. In start without debugging you can see the output because it will execute line by line. Okay. Now see the result. It's debug now. Okay. Can you see that? Why it is showing only constructor is created? Why it is not
Destroyed.
showing constructor is destroyed? Why it is not showing? An answer?
No.
Now my question is why it is showing at least constructor is created?
So in read option, it's consolidated. It's only manual, right? Maybe.
Yeah, manual only.
In the
My
object
question
we
is,
created just constructor object only we created. We didn't create
yeah,
the destructor
exactly.
object.
That's true. If you create a object, constructor is going to execute. That's why it is showing constructor is created. Why it is not showing constructor is destroyed? Why it is not showing second statement?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
See, can you see the cursor is blinking,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It indicates to compiler that compiler understand that still main method is not executed fully. All statements are not executed. Still one statement is under process. I will press enter, then it will display. See there?
Okay.
Yeah.
After program execution completes, automatically constructor is destroyed. Clear now?
Yeah.
Okay. Now let's see third example. You'll get both understand. You'll going to understand as well as manual and gc.collect. See the difference now. So take one more class. Add class. Nitesh, are you getting?
Yeah.
Now second one is gc call.
Gc.collect.
Yeah. So same thing. I'm taking.
Destroy.
Now what I will do is a little bit I will change in the main method. You'll understand now both concept, both manual as well as gc.collect. So what I will do here is I'm going to create two objects here. gc call g1 is equal to new gc call. gc call g2 is equal to new gc call. What I'm going to do here is g2 is equal to I'm assigning null. Then I'm calling gc to come into action. Then console.read. Clear now? Created two objects. One is sent to finalizer method G2. I called GC, then console.read. Clear?
Yeah.
Make it a startup object. GC call. Now execute. Now answer me why it is showing two statements created, why it is showing one statement destroyed. Anyone? First,
Yeah.
why
Why?
it is
Because
showing
G2
two
is equal to
statements?
null. G2 is equal to null. It went into the directive finalizer method, so that's why it didn't show that one.
Why it is first two statements? Go one by one. Why it is created? The question is
Hello?
why it is showing two times created.
So created two ones, right? G1 and G2 maybe.
Exactly, not
Not
maybe.
sure. Yeah.
Be perfect. Exactly. Now why it is showing only destroyed only one statement?
It's
Uh,
The G2
given by
and
G2
given
default
by
is
null.
G2, right?
One by one. Yeah.
So null is assigned to G2, right? That's why it's destroyed
Sorry?
only one statement. G2 equal to null
Which
we
one?
given.
Exactly. Now why it is not showing second one? G1 is still exists, remember,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, we given finalizer method for only G2. That's why it's showing destroyed only one statement.
What about second I am asking? First destroyed is fine. What is the where about second one?
Second one is the GC collect.
You are not getting my point. My point is second G1 is still in active, right?
Yes.
Why it is not showing construct is destroyed? One more statement. I need one more statement. Construct is destroyed. Why?
Cursor is blinking. I think you have to enter.
Exactly. Now press enter. It will show. See there?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Got the point?
Yeah.
Both you can understand here. One is manually you are forcibly sending G2 to an finalizer method, then calling GC. Second one is after program execution completes, then it will delete G1. Clear?
Yeah.
Any questions? Okay then. So I'll stop here. So we'll continue tomorrow at same time. Okay.
Yeah, one more thing, Badri.
Yeah.
Can you please send me the running notes on Saturday's one?
Is the topic? Oops concept, right? Yes.
Yeah, OOPS concept, yeah, please.
Just a minute. I'll send even including today's I'll send.
Okay, thank you.
Is it clear, no? Any doubts? Constructor and destructor.
No, it's good.
You are using in the
You
constructor
can,
only parameterized, remember, okay?
I think once we practice once we do it to practical, we can get some
That's
doubt,
true.
I think so.
Yeah, until you practice, you're never going to get it out. You are never going to be a thorough in subject.
Yeah.
What is that? Sorry, okay. So I'll send all files once.
Okay.
This is your 7th session, right?
Yeah.
One or two session back then. Maybe repetitive session. Generally for 7th session, I will take property. Yeah. One session behind.
Not seventh one, I think so. Is the sixth one?
6th one, right?
Including the boy, it's a sixth one. But
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is 7th session.
So someone, one is the repeated, I think so. The repeated session one.
Hey, just a minute. Not this one. I expected. No, 6th session only. Yes. Abstract class is not for you. Yeah, this is 6th, I think. 1, 2, 3,
Yeah.
4, 5, 6.
Including demo.
Oh, including demo. Yes. So, okay then, it's fine. Exactly, it's going on. Technical touch. And all of you need to practice. Simply don't listen and leave.
yeah.
There is no use. I am getting my money. You people are not going to get anything. Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And see, if you practice, see, I'll tell you simple example. Even if you print your name from program, you'll get so many errors. There is no doubt. Seeing is different. Doing is totally different. Is it clear?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Seeing a movie within 3 hours, getting saying result is different. But behind that, they need to work minimum of at least 45-50 days for one film. Okay, it's not so easy. So kindly, so practice most to know thorough in the subject. Okay, then only you'll get
Thank you.
more doubts. Okay then, so take care. See you tomorrow at same time.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
bye.